Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, my name is Shay, and in today's video, I'm going to be in the kitchen again. It's early and it's the weekend, and we're going to be making cranberry orange muffins for breakfast. So the recipe is in the comments down below or the description of this video if you want to follow along with me. I'm going to grab out all of my ingredients. Alright, now that we have everything out, this recipe is very simple and it goes pretty quickly. First thing we're going to do is we're going to mix the dry ingredients. Okay, we're going to do 2 cups of flour. 1 and 2. Yes, I'm using a ponytail to tie off my flour, and one of my biggest tips for you guys for baking, cooking, anything in the kitchen is clean up as you go. So we're going to put this away. Next, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder and a ½ teaspoon of baking soda. And we're going to do a ½ teaspoon of salt. Let's mix this up a little bit and then we'll add the orange zest. This is one of my boyfriend's favorite muffin recipes that I make. And you guys, it's so much better than the box mix. Don't get me wrong. I like using a box mix every once in a while when I'm feeling lazy. But if you have that extra time to put into your breakfast, you might as well just make it from scratch. I'm showing you guys how easy it can be. Okay, I just grabbed a separate bowl, and don't worry, I'm not going to waste this orange. We're going to make orange juice later when these are in the oven baking. Something I've learned about zesting any citron is you want to constantly be rotating the fruit, because if you guys see, there's white underneath the orange, and that's what you don't want. You don't want to keep sitting there and acting like it's a block of cheese, grating cheese. You gotta keep rotating your orange so you get the good parts of the zest. And this smells so good already, and we haven't even started baking them. I would say if I had to choose one thing that sets these apart from a box mix, it's probably the zest, because I don't think that's in a box mix. I'd say that's about a teaspoon, maybe a little more. Let me know what your guys' favorite muffins are. If I had to choose top 3, it would be orange cranberry, blueberry, and then I'm torn for the third one. It's got to be either chocolate chip muffins or those bran muffins, which, by the way, I can't find anywhere, so it looks like that's going to be the next thing I have to make homemade. Incorporate it. I'm going to add just a pinch more. It won't hurt. That smell is so pungent. I wish you guys could smell it. Now we're going to add the craisins to this same bowl. Give this a good mix again. Now don't quote me, because I'd like to think that I'm pretty decent at baking, but I'm also not a professional and I have much more learning to do. But I think I heard one of my favorite chefs one time say that you mix the craisins, or if you're doing a recipe with raisins, you mix it into the flour, because then they get coated in flour and they don't sink to the bottom of the muffin or cake or whatever you're making. And it makes sense, so I'm just going to roll with it. We're going to set this bowl aside and start whisking the wet ingredients. First, we're going to do a 1/3 cup of oil. I had to wash that measuring cup. So you could use butter if you wanted to, but I think that oil goes better in cupcake recipes, muffin recipes, cake recipes. I just feel like it gives it a better consistency, more fluffy and soft. In she goes. This is when we're going to add our sugar, and we're going to do 1 cup. Okay, this part is optional, but I'm going to crack open a cold one. The original Red Bull is just undefeated. Now we're going to grab out 1 egg and the buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, I heard that you can take regular milk and add some lemon juice to it. You could get away with doing just plain milk. I have done that and it was okay. The last thing we're going to add to this bowl is our orange extract. And this is the star of the show. We're going to do a ½ teaspoon. A little bit goes a long way. Okay, now we're going to want to mix this really, really thoroughly. If you have a hand mixer or a stand mixer, I recommend that. But like I said, it's really early. My boyfriend is in bed and I just want to be considerate, so I'm just going to use the whisk and get her real good. Okay, now we're going to combine. You're just going to want to mix this until it's just combined. You don't want to overmix this. So when you stop seeing flour, that's your cue to stop. And I would say if you were one of the people that used a hand mixer or a stand mixer, you can do this part by hand with a spoon. You don't need to use your mixer for this part. And that'll just help you prevent from over mixing. And just like that, she's ready to go. Now I'm going to be using my handy dandy silicone muffin cups. These things have been a lifesaver. I no longer have to buy paper cups at the store. I feel like every single time in the past before I had these, when I would get ready to make cupcakes for a birthday party or muffins, I'd get ready, I'd pull all my ingredients out, and then I'd realize I didn't have the paper cups. And that would honestly just ruin the vibe because I'd have to go to the store, buy paper cups, and they always were gone within like 1 or 2 uses. This is something I can reuse for years and years. They're super easy to clean. They're dishwasher safe, but I usually hand wash them. And you don't have to put any oil or butter or grease in the bottom of them because they're non-stick, and I can attest they actually are non-stick. So now we're just gonna fill these up. I usually like to grab my ice cream scoop for this part because it's just the easiest spoon to use. Okay, while those are baking, we're gonna make orange juice with that leftover orange. So good. Oh, and by the way, you'll know that they're done when you insert a toothpick or a fork and it comes out almost completely clean. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost forgot. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of cane sugar on top. This makes them so good and it gives it like that bakery style look and feel. So that part would have been a lot more effective when the muffin batter was actually still wet, because then it would have had something to like cling on to. Do as I say and not as I do. I make mistakes. Oops, I'm glad I remembered though before it was like way too late. Needs a little bit longer. 1 more minute. Now I'm just gonna allow these to have plenty of time to cool before I try them with you guys. But just look how good they look. This recipe ended up making 14 muffins. So it's been many hours. It's almost 9 p.m. I ended up making these and then doing a little bit of editing and then going to the gym with my brother. I did end up having one when I got back from the gym with him, but I just didn't think to like pick the camera up and film in that moment. So I just wanted to make the outro for this video and then also try these on camera with you guys. They ended up being so yummy and I'm excited to eat these again for breakfast tomorrow. What I normally do with leftover muffins is I cut them in half like this way, put a little bit of butter on them, and then microwave them for 10 seconds. It revives them so good. Let's pick the prettiest one. Which one should we do? I think I'm gonna go for this one right here. The sugar crystals look so pretty. Sorry about the noises, by the way. The washer's going, the dryer's going, and the AC is going. Oh, and by the way, this is how easy they come out of those silicone cups. Ten out of 10. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you'll try this recipe. If you do, let me know how it goes in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.